Hello, hello. Let's see if everything works. Welcome. Let me repost something. Okay, so we are live, which is great. Um, boom. Okay, let me open all the chats. So if anyone says anything. Cool. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to vibe code something today because uh, Dan created a reader app. He created a Markdown reader app, and I want to try it out. And I was just thinking, let me just try it out from scratch. I haven't done it. I haven't done anything with it yet. So, um, cool. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kieran. I am the GM of Cora. I'm about to build Cora, and you can find Cora at Cora.computer, and it's connecting your Gmail inbox, and we're filtering out emails so that you only see what's the most important. We draft emails for you, and then twice a day we give you a brief that will then say everything you need to know, organized by what it is. And yeah, there's a very, very cool assistant that works very well, better than Gemini's Gmail, which is kind of funny. And yeah, I'm currently working on an iOS app. So actually, I can show you. I'm submitting submitting the test version for Apple test flights, and it's still processing. But whenever it's done processing, I will submit it. This is very early still, so we are going to test it internally first. But yeah, it will come sooner than later. Okay, so basically, what I want to do is this. Dan is on a mission. He is vibe coding. He is going hard. He is inspired, like everyone else as well, with Claude Code. Obviously, we're doing this for a while, but like there is something going on, and it's really cool. So he's creating like AI or agent native Markdown reader with provenance tracking built in, so that you know like what is edited by you versus AI. And we did a little bit jam on that, but it's very cool. He just did it. On Friday he texted, "I did it. I started," and on Sunday he basically did it. And yeah, it's done. And I want to see if we can contribute. So that's very cool. One other thing I want to point out for everyone, we're going to do a Vibe Code Camp all day edition, which I'm very much looking forward to in January 22nd. And we have some very cool names, obviously then, but we have Logan, Ryan, Ben, Tina, Nat, and a bunch of others. So we're just going to Vibe Code all day and share and having a lot of fun. So yeah, there will be something to check out. And also there is, for everyone that is not a subscriber yet, there is a Go Agent Native with every, and there's like a 30-day free trial going on now. It's a special, so like really jumping in and really everything you need to know about AI and to stay on top of what to do, what to learn, what to read. Yeah, we're trying our best to write about that. And another article will come out soon after, or soon about reviewing that I did. So check it out. Last plug for the people that don't know, I created a plugin called the Compound Engineering plugin, which is a plugin for Claude Code, and you can install it like this. You can see it here. I will use this plugin today, and I will give you a sneak peek for one command, a vibe code command that I created. Yeah, that I will use today. So probably I'll release it after. So let's get started. And that was all the announcements. Also, if anyone has a question or wants to do, that's fine too. I'm just going to go through this and just enjoy a little bit. Okay, so let me do one thing. So we need to clone this. So let's see. I've never looked at this repo. I know it's here. I know it's a reader. So currently what I use is Typora. So you can see this is the Typora app. Let's see. Yeah, like this. Oh, I didn't share any of my screen. Great. Cheers, everyone. Let me do this real quick. But I was meaning to share my screen. See, I'm still learning. So this is proof. We're going to work on this. This is the Vibe Code Camp All Day Edition that were announced, which is really cool. The Compound Engineering plugin you can find here on every ink compound engineering plugin, and you can install it like this. And Cora, yeah, Cora is here, and I scrolled here. You can see it filtering, screening your emails, it writing drafts, it's putting all your emails in a brief, and then you can read it. So next time I'll share my screen. So let's go. We have proof. Proof is this, and then push this. And currently, what I use is Typora, which is a very nice editor, the Markdown editor. And really, what I use it for is if I use my compound engineering flow and create a plan, then yeah, I go open it in a Markdown editor and just read it. And I love their style, like this theme. It's their own theme, so I already said to Dan, "Can you implement this theme?" Because I love it. And basically, you read the plan and you see if anything is wrong, and you can iterate on top of it. But one of the problems that we've been seeing, like, yeah, great, AI checks this plan, but like if I spend time looking at this and saying, oh yeah, that's good, like how do you capture that? How do you know? Especially like if you work alone in a team, it's very easy because you know what you looked at. But for example, I generate a plan like this and I share it with other people like Dan or Ulik or other people I work with. Like, how do they know it's not just AI generated without me even looking at it? Like, how can we capture, yeah, like, how do you capture whether you looked at it, who did what, maybe you made changes, and yeah, that's good to know. So this is what I use now, and let's see if I can replace what I use now with the vibe coded version of Dan, and maybe we can improve it a little bit, see if everything is there. For example, I really like mermaid rendering inside it. I don't know if it works. I yeah, I like. I want to see how it looks, if it feels as good, because I think part of the experience is also to make it look good and feel good. Okay, let's see. We are going to start coding. Let's clone it. So one thing is my usage. Oh, it's okay. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, like it's not too bad now, but I'm at 92%. for all week. So we'll see. But we can always go to Sonnet. I guess we might need to go to Sonnet at some point, or we're using Codex, which is fine too. I've actually not had this too much, but last month I went over the limit and I just paid for the extra, which is fine too. Okay, so we have this. So what I like to do is also having the MCP Mac Commander project. MCP, what is that? Um, Mac Commander field. Okay, so there are some MCPs in proof apparently. Okay, let me see. Let me fix those. There are some MCPs inside proof. Can you see why they are not running? And maybe I need to install some dependencies or something like that. Can you check those? So I like to use the Xcode build MCP. I think it's installed on my machine here already. Great. Okay. Well, this is a good first fix already. Like this could be a good first pull request actually. Um, can you actually fix this so that it works for all the users that will install this? And yeah, we can go from there. Hello, Dan.
Hello,
Welcome.
how's it going?
I'm trying to set it up, and I checked the MCPs, and it said that it linked to your local home directory from Dan Shipper. So that's the first PR coming in.
Wait, the MCPs are hard coded to my local home directory?
Yeah, for so you have three MCPs in this project, which I like because you get the MCPs, but it doesn't work because it says that they're linking to your own home directory. That's what it
Hmm.
says. So,
Okay. Yeah,
but
there's more coming. So there's a bunch more in a branch that I have not.
yeah, you're basically redoing everything, right? You're just refactoring and you're making it bigger. The scope you're
Yeah,
going larger.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear because this started out as like we need provenance tracking, and then like what were you thinking? Like what are you working on now? I'm very curious as well.
I'm just about to live stream this. Want to do what's the title? Like vibe coding with every?
Yes,
Yeah, all right, I'll just do that. All right, cool. Um, and I'll retweet yours. What was I doing with
nice.
this? Well, what I was the original idea, it was actually originally called provenance, and my original thought was, um, I want a way to track for any given document how how much how much of it is AI written, how much of it is human written, and how much time has gone into any particular part of the document from a person who wants to say like I approve of this. Because I think we're in this world now where tokens are super cheap, and I'm getting documents all the time from people, and I like know that they're AI written, and that's actually not bad. Like it's fine for AI written documents, but I think we want to make sure that if we're doing AI written plans for coding or AI written strategy memos or whatever, that for the important parts, there's someone who stands behind it and has really thought about it. And so that was the idea. Is like, what if we did a sort of
Yeah,
like extension of Markdown that helps us keep track of how much time and attention and from who went into each part of a Markdown document, since Markdown is sort of the like standard file of AI. Um, and and then out of that, I was like, well, it would be really nice to have like a Markdown editor that just implemented this. So that's where I started. But now it has sort of like turned into um, basically basically the whole provenance thing is really hard. It's really hard to do well. And I'm not even sure that it's like the most important part of experience, like the thing that seems most compelling to people so far is just a really good agent native markdown editor that, when you're making plans, instead of it opening Xcode or cursors, you're going to open proof. It's not called proof. And it's going to be super fast and simple. And it's going to have lots of agent native features to just let you easily collaborate and go back and forth on a plan or go back and forth on any document with Claude and Proof or ChatGPT and Proof or whatever. And I think we're just going to start there and then move into more of the provenance stuff after that. So I'm in the middle of a big refactor that's like getting ready for that. And actually, I just left. I just had Claude running in a Ralph loop to like implement a totally new system. So I've not tested it yet because I was at the blood bank giving blood.
Doing good.
Not out of any particular altruistic reason, actually. Although I'm happy to take more credit for it. But I learned from Claude that my iron levels are too high, and so it told me to go to the blood bank. So I went. Oh, you have the CLI. Oh, and it's
Okay, CLI set proof as default markdown editor. Okay, I guess. Okay, so now, so I used, okay, so I used Typora always. So for me, it's like, does it stack up to this? So
right.
like, it would be, okay, so it's here. There's an icon. It, I mean, it has an icon, but that's mostly it. So let's see. Shall we open a markdown
You're in
file?
Typora still.
Yeah, this is Typora. So let's close this. We're not here anymore. Um, let's open a plan. Let's see. So I'm very happy. So like I never looked at this code. It never worked. And I just started Claude Code to say, can you build this? And like it onboarded me, set the default. So like that's smooth. Like and I guess that's because you made sure that Claude MD and everything, it knows what to do, all of that.
I
Let's
have
open
not done a
something.
lot of work on the Cloud MD, to be honest. But yeah, there's a whole README. There's a lot of stuff in the README for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, this looks hideous. I
Wait,
want my
wait,
theme.
wait. Go to view. Oh, you're in a interesting. There's some. If you see the
Yeah.
view menu.
Oh yeah, there are two views.
Yeah, I know. That's a bug. I'll fix that. But go to view. The second one, then theme, and then
Yeah.
lighting.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. So there is this because I said on Friday, if you implement this theme, then I'll consider switching over.
No, you said
Which
you
is
would switch over.
I would switch over. Here I am. Yeah. So and that is what I love. Like it looks very similar to what I already have, although it's maybe a little bit heavy on like the bar here and here.
Yeah.
Like I can collapse this, but then still there's this black bar that doesn't do like I don't really like it could be but it's nice. I like this on the bottom where it says the human and AI. That's
Mhm.
great. Um, oh, status test. Yeah, so I like this. So one thing I was thinking is like, does it do markdown? Um, so let's see. I mean, does it do mermaid markdown? So let's open. Actually, let me do this.
It should. I don't know.
Can you create a markdown file that I can then open in Proof? And can you include Mermaid markdown and some Ruby code blocks and front matter? Because I want to see how those things are rendered inside Proof. Can you open the markdown file from here? Because it's now the default, so it should open in Proof. So I'll just mimic a little bit like what my way of working with it is and see if that is the same. And then if we find anything that doesn't work, we'll just vibe code through it. Are you monologuing now?
No, I was talking to you. I was
Okay.
saying that sounds good. I would also like to try using Ralph Riggum with you because I've been using it and I feel like I'm not quite using it right. I'm curious about your what you're
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah, I can show because I have it implemented in my new LFG command, which is the meta command for the compound engineering. It's just like vibe code for compound engineering. So basically, it does all the steps with only one command, and there's a
Oh,
Ralph loop around it.
sick. That's sick.
Uh, yeah, so yeah, so this is like the not very token friendly version of doing work, but it works pretty well.
Great.
But yeah, so okay, so let's see. Is this the one that it opens? No, did it open it? Okay, so let me open this cursor. Okay, there's something weird going on. Okay, so it did not open with Typora or cursor. Okay, can you open it with proof? It doesn't open it. Okay, so uh, let's go here and see if I need to manually set it or something. So I go here.
What did it run? Oh, it's interesting.
So it does say default proof. So if I double click here, it should open it. So it does. So, okay, so opening files doesn't work apparently.
It That's so weird. But you're doing so. Okay, this is what's happening. You're doing this from master, and I think master is a little bit polluted. Um, and
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
release, the actual release is not like this. It just got a little bit messed up because I was doing a bunch of changes, and I think it basically what keeps happening is Claude keeps
Hmm.
forgetting that it's working in a work tree, and then it starts making changes to master that I don't totally know about, and
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on. But I am curious what the deal is because it should just open.
Yeah, let's just fix it.
Yeah, fix it.
Let's try the LFG actually. So uh, let's see if I have it here. I have the command here. Let me skills. Let's just show. Basically, what it is, it's so what's happening at Anthropic is they love skills and they realize that everything is a skill. So basically, what they did now is even slash commands can be invoked as a skill, which is funny, but that also means you can have slash commands that call slash commands that call slash commands and stuff like that. So see here, Claude. Okay, I'll just see. What does the -g command do? So basically, what I'm doing now, I'm seeing how we can compose things. So initially, it was always like a slash command could trigger sub agents. That was kind of the way to do it. But now with slash commands, you can also call skills and call other slash commands. So um, and what I do here, basically, the LFG command has a Ralph loop. It will show hopefully in a second. Has a Ralph loop at the start and the end. And I'm not sure if that is needed because in my experience, I kind of feel when I use compound engineering flow, like it just works already. I don't really need the Ralph loop.
Mm-hmm.
There's this, but I'm trying it. So basically, it starts with a Ralph loop,
Mm-hmm.
and the objective is finish all these slash commands, and then it should be done.
Mm-hmm.
So then it outputs the promise, and then it should be done.
This is cool.
And yeah, and really what I do is I just do whatever I would do manually, but I let it go without reviewing. So I just say first make the plan, then deepen the plan, which is reviewing the plan, and then work on the plan, then review the work you did, and then resolve everything you found from the review. Then go test it using Playwright, maybe I should say, or in iOS, Xcode. I think it's Xcode. Xcode test. Let's see if that it is. Yeah, Xcode test. So, and then create a feature video for the pull request if you can record it in Playwright, and create a pull request. And then it's done. So you're like full on from ID to everything done with the pull request, which is kind of cool. So maybe this is overkill for this. This is more for a feature. But yeah, I want to see if yeah. So let me just see if I can reproduce. Can you see why proof is not opening my file? So when I double click proof, it's not opening it. CLI is not opening it either. So there's something wrong. Can you reproduce this bug, add a test, do test-driven development, and then create a fix for this? You can create a fix in main if that fixes it, or actually create a feature branch with this fix, and then we create a pull request. So I
This
don't
is
want to
actually
go.
really helpful to see you use this, because I have never used the reproduce bug thing, and so just watching you do it is actually opens something up for me, which is great.
Yeah, so like there are all these things that are in the compound engineering plugin, and like you can use them. Like you can use LFG, but like I'm here, I'm working. I don't want to wait for like those things can go for 10, 20 minutes sometimes. And I think this is just a bug somewhere that something missed. And the reproduce bug is just trying to reproduce it, then like implement the fix. It's more structured around that. It's nothing really special, but it is something that I would do in a case like this where it goes the quickest. So maybe what we can do, yeah. So I'm curious. We can open it like this, I think. Yeah. So you can actually open it like this. Um, so I don't think there's any high. Like this doesn't look like SQL. Like it doesn't look like it's actually injecting that, and also I like so there's this thing of like there's a reader, a markdown reader, and there's a markdown editor, and Typora found this very nice thing where it's both a reader. What? What is this? Well, everyone sign up for
I bet I know
Core.
what this is. I bet I know what this is. So basically, there's a web view in the Swift app, and it's
Oh,
running a web
oh,
view. And so
okay.
if you haven't run the server, then it's connected into your localhost 3000, which is whatever.
Oh, okay, okay. So the rendering is done in JavaScript in a web view,
Yeah,
which makes more sense because like rendering is terrible. Okay, terrible in okay. So
it uses a library called Code Mirror. So that's
okay,
Code Mirror that makes Markdown rendering really good.
okay. So we have a markdown renderer. Make sure to set up the server. But there's this thing of like you want to edit, but you want to preview, and Typora has them both in one, where it looks like a real thing, but if you click on it, it starts editing it. So
That's cool.
and yeah, and that is the thing. Like yeah, like I don't know if you want all that immediately. Okay, dev server
It has
running.
that for certain things. So
Yeah,
like you can type Markdown and it will start rendering it. Oh wow.
yeah. Okay,
But
so here, yeah. Here we are. So okay, so definitely sequence, mermaid, and Ruby code examples don't exist.
I'm down for
So
this editing thing. I think that's a cool idea. Is if you click into a
yeah,
code block or whatever, you can edit
so
it.
it does work kind of, but also like mermaid, for example. If you see this, you kind of want to see what it is, but then
Yeah.
there's like a toggle thing on the right or something like that where you can change it. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see if we can Okay, so this is working, Markdown rendering. Okay, so did you fix the actual bug actually with the opening, or you did something else?
This is
So the renderer is a web server inside the app or something? That's how it works normally?
yeah. Hmm.
Nice. Hello, everyone. Okay, the dev for Reflect app forks Pro's mirror and has pretty slick editor previewer. Okay. Do you know Pro's mirror?
Me?
Yeah, someone said the Reflect app for Pro's mirror. Is that
That's
the
what it is.
Okay,
It's pretty.
great. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So it is Pro's mirror. Cool. Editor preview. So basically, we just get that for free. That's really what we're saying. I think probably we have to enable some setting or something like that. Okay, so I think this is fixed. This is a thing. There's hard coded then shipper inside your source code. I don't know what um, I don't know what the Mac OS UI automation is or Mac Commander.
So yeah, so Mac Commander is what it uses to test, and the UI automation is I basically made it so that the MCP it's able to run AppleScript and use that to
Oh yeah,
control the application.
yeah.
And I think that's probably what that is.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm curious how what the best practice is. I did iOS development, and then you have the Xcode simulator thingy. But like this is kind of the simulator version. If anyone watching knows what the best way is to like get that feedback loop for macOS apps, if there is something pre-baked or not, then okay. So um, could not reproduce it. It works correctly now. Great. So maybe it was that the server wasn't running or something like that. Was that maybe the issue?
I think that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so probably it's a setup issue and the server wasn't running. Can you make sure to add that to Claude MD so we don't make that mistake? Clear instructions for anyone to run this. So this is
It
the
doesn't. Yeah, go for it.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
the
we are. I think most of us are using Cloud Code all day. I use Warp still as my terminal. Looks like Kieran also is using Warp. Um,
Mhm.
I haven't used Factory in a while, basically since Opus 4.5 came out. And I think Danny might still use Factory, but I'm not sure.
yes. I use Codex for some sub agents things where sometimes I kick it off there or see how it is. But like
Yeah, me too.
daily driver, Claude Code, yeah. Okay, so instructions. So that's cool. Okay, let's go then. Shall we do LFG? I want you to add rendering. I know we use already a renderer, but I want to enable syntax highlighting in code blocks, and I want to do mermaid rendering as well. Make it work, yo. Yes, I've tried Conductor. Uh, for me, like it doesn't solve a problem that I have, but it's cool. Like I get it, and it's cool. But I just like to be lower level. So
I
yeah,
know
just
that Naveen loves Conductor. Naveen is like a huge codex guy, and he uses Conductor to run all of his codexes.
yeah, it is cool. Burn board. Let's see what that is. Burn board. Is that like a benchmark or something? Dot that. Okay, yeah, that sounds interesting. So
Yeah, we were thinking about building something like Burnboard.
okay. Okay, yeah, token tracker. Yeah, I'm running Warp, but I'm also running like a Tmux Mac Mini setup now, where it just runs on my Mac Mini and Tmux in, and I have my own environment there. I I think I'm like 50-50 on there and here. I think very soon I'll just do that. And especially this LFG command is kind of like a thing I need there, because if I have it to do to pick up work, like I want it to just go all the way through. So that's why I'm trying this one out. So yeah, you can see here Ralph loop activated. It's checking whether it's a bug or a feature request. It's going planning now. Um, you can see here now it's using the skill, so the skill LFG, which is interesting. So they changed that recently, where invoking slash commands by the agent is actually the same as a skill, which it is. Like it's just injecting a piece of text into the context, which is the same as skill. So also like Dan and I were like brainstorming a little bit, because I was saying I want composability with agent native stuff, and everyone feels this tension, like you don't want one big prompt, so it's like just in time prompts, and just in time prompts is skills. So the pull request I did then on the agent native, where I said, oh, it needs to be composable, there should be information in the tool description. I think I just need to rethink, and everything is a skill. I think that's maybe the learning for January
Yeah,
2026.
yeah,
Everything is a skill. Um, and it will break down, because if you have sub agents that are part of your flow and stuff like that, you need to go to like a plugin level. But like I think leaning into everything is a skill, and rethinking, like that makes it super composable, and it's a very simple building block as well. So I like, so maybe we should refine our agent native a little bit around how skills fit in, and how skills are the missing piece of composability instead of agents. So
yeah.
just
I
push the
agree.
layer up one layer.
I agree. One question for you: are you noticing that when you're doing big features, it's forgetting that it's in a work tree and it's like losing a plan file?
Um, no. Like I was I had it before. I've never had it recently. Um, but what I also tried for a while is storing the plan files not in your Git directory, but in a directory on your home directory. So we'll never lose a file, because it doesn't reset. It just has one place for all the files. It's similar to what Claude Code
Hmm.
does itself. It's just in /Claude/plans.
Hmm.
So that might be it as well. Um, but also I've not been using work trees as much, because I have my Tmux instance, so I can just do it on a different computer as well.
Mm,
Um, so that might also be that might also be it. But also, I'm not really doing things manually. I just let it do its thing like this, and
yeah,
it just doesn't forget it.
yeah,
And I just say commit it to Git, since if you leave it there, like, yeah, I always thought not to commit plans, but now I just commit plans, because it's good for reference, and I see it work very well, because it can see, oh, this was the original plan, this is what was implemented, like
yeah,
what went wrong. Like I love that part, having it
yeah.
there.
I'm not sure I like that all the plans are in like a separate folder now by default in Claude. Like I like actually having them in the repo, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and some people say it's clutter, but it's also like it's opportunity to learn in the
Yeah,
future. Like, what if a new model comes out? You say, "Hey, these were all the plans we ever implemented," and you
yeah,
can see the merges. Like, what can you learn from this? So
I
it's
agree.
like a very yeah. So someone asked, "What do you mean with Tmux?" I mean, I SSH in somewhere, and I have this set up so I can switch between instances or tabs in this case. And I can say I want to work on this project, and it just spins up a new version. I can say these are my slash commands. Select one. I can say plan. Poof. I can say clear, or I have hotkeys. It's just basic Tmux, but it's just like what are things that I do a lot. I can switch to tabs, and also if it is doing something, it shows that it's doing something here in a color, and if it needs my attention, it will be golden. So what I mean is like I just have and oh yeah, and Tmux is just a way to organize processes on
Hello.
computers. So yeah, that's uh, that's what I do there. I will share more on that at some point. I'm just experimenting with this, but yeah, like just check out Tmux. It's pretty cool to run different things in parallel. Like it's basically like having this. Like you can do split panes as well. You can do tabs, but the cool part is if you want to lean into agent native, like it's just a terminal thing. So you can just say, "Yo, I use Tmux, make this work exactly like how I want to." You can, for example, say on the right side, I always want to see the plan, for example, if that's how you want to work. Or on the right side, I want to like have another agent that checks the work. Or you can say on the right side, I talk with that one only and use beats, and then beats on the left, and the left one is the worker and just picks up beat stuff in a loop, in a rel loop or whatever. You can even say if it stops, just like let it go, and then on the right side is only the planning. So like however, you can do anything you want with Tmux because it knows how to do Tmux. And that's the cool part. You can just say, "Yo, okay, you make your own interface different." It's like a layer on top. So um, that's basically the Tmux story. And yes, I think I have a Tmux skill, but also it knows everything about Tmux. So I actually use a thing on top, which is called Tmuxinator. Tmuxinator. And but it just uses Tmux under the hood. But it's just a way where you can define things in a YAML file. Um, so that's what I use, and obviously it's 95% Ruby, so Ruby approved. And one other thing I like is Overmind. Also uses Tmux. This is a process manager, so this is mostly Go, some Ruby as well. But basically, you can have this start in a launch agent, and you can have a few things like a watcher. Like for example, if you have an inbox file where you put markdown files in, if that comes there, watches and then processes it, or like a recurring scheduler or something like that. So I orchestrate all the like the scheduler things and the inbox watchers. I use Overmind, which is also Tmux based, which is cool. So there's more to it, but yeah, I'll send more, or I'll post more about this. But let's see. It's now doing the spec flow analyzer, and also this normally. Okay, so it should have a plan now. Maybe I can just say, okay, go work on it now because now it's go. Okay, let's see. You think you have a good understanding of everything and ready to implement now? With these renderers, you can skip some of the deepening if you already have a clear ID. This is still a little bit where I'm experimenting because I want to find a balance between using tokens and time. Uh, but also I want to see how good is it if you go very hard. Like if a new model's bro, like what if you go all the way? Is it better? And maybe sometimes it is better and sometimes it's not way better. So it's like finding this balance, and that's what I'm doing now before I want to like put this in the combat engineering repo. Like it's finding the balance, and it's like sometimes it's like there are like different kinds of features. Some are very big, some are smaller, and if they're smaller, most likely you need to work less on them. So it needs to be adaptable a little bit. And okay, so research is comprehensive, skipping deep and plan, and proceeding to work. So this might be a command I put in the LFG as well, because I've been noticing it's a little bit, yeah, it's taking a little bit much time sometimes. Hello, everyone. I just want to plug some cool stuff. Dan came up. Was it you, Dan? The Vibe Code Camp All Day Edition. Someone came up with this.
It was me and Austin. It was a true collab.
Yeah. So we're doing. So Dan just reached out to all his favorite Vibe coders, and we're like, he's going to do a full day of Vibe coding. What can go wrong? How much fun? We're going to ship new companies, new features. You can check it out here. And with that, we announce Go Agent Native with every, and you get free access for 31 or 30 days to every, if you're not a subscriber yet, which is amazing. We're really seeing Agent Native and things go work. Like, this is the time to like understand what's going on and really get on top of this, because yeah, like, things are moving very fast. Last week we called with Felix from Anthropic. He worked on the co-work piece. So Claude Code is going mainstream, kind of. This is the start, and you can read, or like Dan is investigating what are all the principles around that, and you can read that as well. There's a guide, but yeah, check it out. And all these people are amazing. So I'm personally very excited to see everyone vibe codes, because I just want to learn everyone's ways, which is amazing. Like, just inspiring each other and seeing what's going on. So check it out. Okay, so it's adding the plugins. There we go. JS Tasix. Okay, great. I just want to make sure Ruby is in here, and it's in there, so it's approved. Maybe we just, for fun, we remove TypeScript for Danny, that he has no TypeScript beautification. Yeah, I was already curious how you did the markdown rendering, because I saw an X post of someone this week saying how very bad it was to get it done on Mac with Swift. But you just said I don't use Swift.
This is the coolest thing about AI is, like, I just happened to know that Prose Mirror was a thing,
Yeah.
and they've just done all the hard work. So I just like said use Prose Mirror, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Devin, I love to hear that. Devin said, I have unsubscribed to all media publications and sources of information for literally everything except for Every. I still read Every. We love to hear it.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so it found that there is a plugin it researched that was actually not maintained anymore, and it switched it to something else.
Kieran, how's the inbox stuff coming? I can't wait to try that.
Inbox? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're building we're building an inbox. You can check it out. If you install the Cora app, it should work on your phone. And
Oh,
you can also go to /inbox. It's very ugly, and but It's getting there. Okay, Ulek has a good thing. He says you could ask Claude to code you bindings for something like red carpet, cram down, or other markdown renderers as well, which is also bindings are the new gold. Loading editor. Okay, so it's loading editor. Well, it's doing something. Yeah, probably bindings. Like I'm curious with like a web view. Like one of the nice points of doing a web view here is that we can easily add it to our website as well. Like if we want to put this on like a product somewhere, we just have the same thing.
Yeah, totally. That's I think like eventually it should be web based too, but for now I think it's better as a native app.
Yeah, 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 and they could both work, I think, because one thing I have, for example, with my Tmux setup with my Mac Mini is like I don't have the file on my
Yeah,
computer here, so it
yeah,
will be like I can access it because it's
yeah,
my
yeah.
network and stuff like that. But like, yay, okay, we have Ruby code examples that work.
Woo!
Uh, yeah, the JavaScript experts like you, like, is probably like, this is not how you should do it. But we're the vibe coders here. Like the beauty is like, yes, we are engineers as well, but like for projects like this, we want to see how far can you get vibe coding and not knowing anything about it, because this is an experience that a lot of people have. Um, and and yeah, this is like it's working pretty well. So it's testing it out now, and it's taking screen captures, which is great. Mermaid. Okay, so mermaid doesn't work yet, but the code works, which is great. Okay, we'll let it go.
Great.
And you can see like this is 50 minutes later, like we implemented the feature. I think features should take hours, not days anymore.
Yeah,
So if you are spending longer than a day on a feature, either you're very bad or you need to use Opus 4.5, or your feature is too big, because it's still like you should think of small bits and pieces, because like something Boris, I saw Boris a tweet about Boris, like, why not today, he said yesterday somewhere on something Tyreek did as a mantra, like, and I think that's very good. Like, what is the reason why not to do today? And most of the time it's scope, maybe, or you're
yeah,
afraid or there's something. And I think everyone should ask that, because why not today is not because I don't have time.
yeah,
That's not the reason anymore, because you have the brain power or the ability to do it today, and we need to unlearn that part a little bit, because yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. Even I know how it works, and I have to unlearn these things all the time. So yeah, just remind ourselves, like, why not today? Okay, so we're getting somewhere else. Still no marked mermaids. Okay, okay, it's still doing it, but at least half of this is done. We have nice code rendering. It's also funny. It says here's a simple Ruby class, and it has Rails code, but I guess. Um, yeah, like what Yulik says, like if you why not today, it means you don't even know what you're building. So if like that's what I'm doing. So I can show you a little bit what I'm doing with Cora. So I'm doing two things at the same time with Cora. Like we're going to introduce an inbox and more of an like a native version, like a more mobile first version with an iOS app. And like why not today is a good question, but like the biggest thing is because I don't know what to build. That's probably why not. Why don't we have that today? And but we can build. Like I know I want an inbox. So what I did is I did release the iOS app with an inbox that looks very ugly. Okay, so the rendering is better now here with the this white, which is great. Just not the flowcharts. Okay. Okay, now focus on the mermaid markdown. The rest looks great. So, how do you know what to build? Well, I have baby.cora.computer. You can check it out yourself. And I'm just prototyping. This is just like me going in and prototyping stuff. So this is me figuring out what to build. And then this is inspired by Ryu from Cursor, where he does baby cursor. And you just have more freedom here to do whatever you want. It's not that I'm going to build this or this is what it's going to be, but this is like a thought of what it could be. And this is really important because you can now say, hey, like this aspect, I'm pretty sure is going to work, or we need these steps to get there. And then you can say the why not today for why don't we have like a very basic inbox today? Well, we have that locally now to test. So every time I will say, okay, what can we port over? Where can we make decisions? What do we need for infrastructure, stuff like that. So that's a way to build. Yeah, and also someone said what I want for Cora is an MCP or CLI. Well, there is actually. If you want early access to the CLI, I have a CLI that works. I'll show you. And really the point is for us to experiment with like what agent native is. So if you have access, it's here, you installed like this and it works. So Devon, just ping me on X. I can add you with your email that you use here, then I can enable it for you. And you can
Okay,
let
I
us
gotta
know.
run. I
Like,
have a meeting now, but
yeah,
this is awesome. Godspeed.
yes, you see
Yeah.
the pull request and I will
Yep.
stop in a bit as well.
I'll
Yeah.
merge it. Cool. See
Cool.
ya.
Thank
See
you.
everybody
See
this
ya.
morning.
Yes. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, so yeah, we're trying it out with the CLI. I built it actually last week in the live stream. Okay, let's see if we can get this over the line with the mermaid markdown. Okay, the front matter also looks weird. So okay, let's fix the front matter as well. Like I want it to look like uh, um, and also ultra think on how to get the mermaid diagrams to work. Maybe do some more research before because it's not very clear. So let me show you how to type Cora. Does the front matter? You can just take a screenshot here and say, I like this. No. Um, these were some experiments for provenance. No, we can't find it. Okay, we'll tip top mermaid extension. Let it go. There we go. So I'm learning this live stream, so I can say, yeah, we can get Ralph on here as well. Like really, the point is ideally it would have called this. So probably if I did the deep research, it would have gone into the libraries a little bit more and researched a little bit more. So probably it would have done it better. But also, it's kind of boring to look at it go for like 30 minutes. So yeah, it's also fun to see me struggle because I'm a beginner as well, beginner mind, because no one knows how this works. But yeah, we're just figuring this out. And I can, oh yeah, I can do this. So let's see. Can I do this? Show. Whoa, amazing. Learning this live stream stuff. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there's a Prosmere Mermaid package. So I really like to okay, look at the source code and make sure everything looks good. So if it's struggling, I like to push it to the source code. That was already cute. Because the source code, it's always tip tap. I don't even like. I'm not. I know TipTap is an editor, but I didn't know. I don't know if Prosmere and TipTap are different things. Okay, there's a plugin, Mermaid Renderer. Okay. Focus on fixing mermaid rendering first. Like and yeah, I could use Ralph here, but I think Ralph is mostly useful if you're walking away and you just don't want it to stop. But I think Opus 4.5 is already pretty good at doing that, and I'm here either way now. So anyone joined? We're doing a vibe code camp, January 22nd. Which will have Logan, Ryan, Ben, Tina, Matt, and many more vibe code all day. It will be insane. So it will be cool to check out. It's free and open to everyone. And if you're not a subscriber to Every is the only place you need to be for staying on top of AI. Like we write about it, we stream, we build software, we do experiments, we vibe code, and we have a special this month to celebrate everyone using Cloud Code and having a great time. So we have 30, like 1 month free trial. So check it out if you are not a subscriber. Um, it's free, and as you saw, boom, Devon said he unsubscribed everywhere except here, so that's kind of cool. So he likes it, and many others as well. So you can see some other people here. Um, okay, it's doing stuff. Okay, dev server not starting. Um, so it's actually using browser like Chrome now, which is fine because it's just a web view there. Okay, we can see better what's happening here. Okay, we'll give it a few more minutes. Then I have to get back to real work. Although this is real work, obviously. But I am going back to work on Cora, so everyone can have an inbox sooner than later. But we'll let this iterate a little bit. So let's just use Playwright. I think is this Playwright? No, it's not Playwright. Use Playwright. Okay, switching to Playwright. I don't know. I like it a little bit better than the browser use. But the good news, since this is a web view, like if we want to port this to Windows or other places, it should be probably very easy, or just a web version. At least halfway, we're halfway done because the code is rendering correctly. But now we have some issues with the mermaid markdown. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll just let this rip. It's taking some time. And I'll report later on X. I'll just say it's done or this is the end result with a screenshot or something like that. I think the point is I showed my LFG command here. I'll refine it a little bit more and release it to the compound engineering plugin. If you want to try out the plugin, it's here. I'll post it here as well in chat. And I can't post to X, but it's here. Every in compound engineering plugin, just Google it, you'll find it. You install it, and you can use these flows and the LG I will add soon as well. Cool. Thank you, one. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Go check out the Vibe Code Camp. Go check out Cora. Go check out Agent Native with every stuff. And see you next time. Cheers.